is built on principles of cunning, strategy, and the art of subtlety. It is not just our actions, but our thoughts and intentions that define us. The first lesson is understanding the value of knowledge. In Ordos, information is our greatest weapon. We gather intelligence, we analyze, and we act upon it with precision. This is what makes us formidable. Always remember, the less visible your strength, the more potent it becomes. Now, let's discuss the importance of discretion. Our maneuvers are often hidden, cloaked in shadows. It's crucial to master the art of keeping your true intentions secret, even from those closest to you. Can you think of a situation where this might be necessary? Precisely, my prince. Even among allies, one must guard their intentions. Trust is a luxury, and in the world of Ordos, it's one we cannot always afford. Next, consider the significance of alliances. While trust may be rare, alliances are a necessity. We form bonds not out of loyalty, but out of mutual benefit. Can you name an alliance that has been particularly advantageous for our house? Excellent. The partnership with the Spacing Guild is a prime example. It has allowed us to maneuver strategically across the galaxy, often unseen and unheard. Now, let's turn our attention to the concept of adaptability. In the ever-shifting sands of Arakkis, one must be as fluid as the desert itself. Rigidity is a weakness. How might we demonstrate adaptability in our strategies? Indeed, adapting to the challenging political landscape is key. Whether it's forming new alliances or abandoning old ones, the ability to pivot swiftly can mean the difference between triumph and disaster. This brings us to our next point, the art of manipulation. Subtle influence is our trademark. We guide others to our desired outcomes without them ever realizing. Can you think of a historical example where Ordos successfully employed manipulation? Yes, the orchestration of the Harkonnen downfall is a textbook case. By playing our enemies against each other, we weaken them while maintaining our own strengths. This is the essence of Ordos' power, unseen yet undeniable. Now, let's discuss the importance of patience. Quick actions can lead to mistakes, but patience allows for the careful planning and execution of our strategies. Why is patience particularly important in our dealings? Correct. Patience allows us to observe, to understand our opponents fully before making a move. ensures that when we act, it is with precision and certainty. Now, I want you to consider the role of deception in the world of Ordos. Deception is not merely a tactic, but an art form. How might we employ deception to our advantage in a negotiation? Exactly, by preventing false intentions or misinformation, we can guide our counterparts to decisions that benefit us. This is the Ordos way, to be ever present, yet always elusive. As we proceed, remember that every lesson, every strategy is a piece of a larger puzzle. Being true Ordos is about seeing the whole picture, understanding how each element interlocks. Lastly, my prince, let's talk about ambition. In Ordos, ambition is not just a desire, it's a driving force that propels us forward. Our ambition is tempered with wisdom and patience. How do you see your ambition shaping the future of great House of Ordos? Oh, that vision is indeed promising. With your leadership grounded in these principles, great House of Ordos will continue to rise in power and influence. Remember, every decision you make should be guided by the core values we've discussed today. I want you to reflect on these principles. In our next session, we will delve deeper into the tactical applications of these ideas. Yes, we shall delve deeper into the tactics of deception and manipulation, the very cornerstones of order strategy. Mastery of these skills will ensure that you can navigate the treacherous waters of politics and warfare with ease. Let us begin with the art of deception. Deception is about creating illusions and distractions. The most effective deceptions are those that appear genuine. The key is subtlety. Overly elaborate schemes can unravel under scrutiny. Can you think of a scenario where a simple yet effective deception could turn the tide in our favor? Indeed, in negotiations, presenting false intentions can be powerful. Imagine a situation where we let our opponents believe we are after one objective, while our true goal remains hidden. For instance, negotiating for a minor trade route, while our real aim is to secure a larger, more strategic alliance. But the time they realize our true intentions, it will be too late for them to counter-react. Consider also the power of misinformation. Spreading false information can mislead our enemies, causing them to waste resources and energy countering threats that do not exist. How might we use misinformation in a military context to gain the upper hand? Precisely by leaking plans of a feigned attack, we can draw enemies' forces away from their strongholds, leaving them vulnerable to a real strike at a different location. This tactic requires careful planning execution. The false information must be credible enough to be believed, yet subtle enough to avoid raising suspicion. Now, let us turn our attention to manipulation. Manipulation is about influence, guiding others to act in ways that serve our interests, often without their awareness. One of the most potent forms of manipulation is playing on the emotions and desires of others. Can you identify a situation where applying to someone's ambitions or fear could be advantageous for us? Exactly. In political maneuvering, appealing to a rival's ambition can lead them to make reckless decisions that ultimately benefit us. For example, by subtly encouraging a rival house to overextend their resources in pursuit of a grandiose plan, we can weaken them without direct confrontation. In personal interactions, flattery and perceived alignment of interests can be powerful tools. People are more likely to be swayed by those they believe share their goals and values. How might we use this in our dealings with potential allies or adversaries? Yes, by presenting ourselves as aligned with their goals, we can gain their trust and influence their actions. This alignment doesn't have to begin in, it merely needs to appear so. Once trust is established, we can guide them towards decisions that align with our true objectives. Another effective tactic is the use of scapegoats. By directing blame of suspicion towards a third party, we can deflect attention from our own actions and sow discord among our enemies. Can you think of a historical example where House Ordos successfully used a scapegoat to their advantage? Precisely, the downfall of House Cardinal was orchestrated in part by diverting suspicion and blame towards their allies, causing eternal strife and weakening their power structure. This allowed us to move in and assert our influence with minimal resistance. It is also essential to master the art of reading people. Understanding their motivations, fears, and desires allows us to manipulate them more effectively. How might we go about gathering this personal intelligence? Correct, careful observation and subtle inquiries can reveal much about a person's character and motivations. Additionally, cultivating a network of informants and spies can provide invaluable insights into the inner workings of our allies and enemies alike. Lastly, consider the long game. True manipulation often requires patience and foresight. We must be willing to invest time and resources into building the right conditions for our plans to come to fruition. How can we ensure that our long-term manipulations remain undetected? Absolutely, by maintaining a facade of loyalty and reliability, we can mask our true intentions. Additionally, larger goals without drawing undue attention. Remember, my prince, that the essence of all the strategy lies in the shadows. We do not confront our enemies head-on. We outmaneuver them from the periphery. Deception and manipulation are our tools, wielded with precision and subtlety. Reflect on these tactics, and in our next lesson, we will explore the intricacies of implementing them in specific scenarios. Until then, continue to hone your understanding and apply these principles